can hold our elected officials accountable is if we are asking them the hard questions. And we know that unfortunately, many of the Republicans elected today are hiding from their constituents. They are not showing up to town halls like this because the things that they are voting on are deeply, deeply unpopular and threats to our democracy and our way of life.
How can Trump be sure that tariffs will increase manufacturing in the U.S.?
It's a very good comment. Do you want the answer from these folks? Yes. All right. So, unfortunately for our new representative, Bresnahan, his website doesn't say much. Sadly, every page on his website related to a specific issue says, please contact our office. When he has been asked on the record, he has stepped up to defend Trump's agenda on this. Senator McCormick, from his stance, he was very vocal going into the election and ran on inflation and cost of living here in Pennsylvania. That was his central issue, was inflation for Pennsylvanians. He complained a lot about how, former President Joe Biden, this was his fault. This was his economy. And during an interview 1 month ago, he claimed, and we'll talk about Doge in more detail later, don't you worry, he claimed Doge's efforts were saving voters money. Yeah. And he also defended the Trump tariffs, particularly with Canada on steel, to your point about manufacturing, saying that Trump is pushing the agenda he promised and voters want it.
Exactly how? What is your plan to bring, and I want step by step, how exactly are the tariffs going to be used, as it were, to bring manufacturing back to Pennsylvania?
On behalf of the people of this country, I'm a retired law enforcement, 9/11 first responder. I put my life on the line for everybody. It's time that you politicians get up there and grow some backbone, some spine of what's going on. Our country is real.
I was bullied in school. My kids were bullied in school for various reasons, but there's no reason for it. The government is actually bullying everybody now that isn't like them. They are not only bullying kids, they're bullying everybody.
When was America great? A lot of people will say, well, back in the 50s. So I answer them by saying, do you realize that the highest tax bracket in the 50s was 91%? And that's what helped build the highway systems in America. You want to make America great? Pay your friggin' share of taxes.
So much of what's happening is against the rule of law, and we have a lot of legal cases that are making their way through the system. And my question for the federal representatives are, if Trump is given an order by a court and he disobeys that order, what will you do? Yeah. Specifically, what will you do?
My question is to all the federal representatives and senators that should be here and aren't. If you hear this, what's it going to take for you to intervene? Is it going to take martial law? Is it going to take the removal of our freedom of assembly, our freedom of press? What is it going to take for you to intervene in this?
For every single one of these people up here, I have written you multiple times, I have called you multiple times, and every answer, which is probably 1 to 5, and some of you 0, has never addressed my questions. Because what you respond is an automated, already typewritten email. You work for the people, by the people, of the people, and we are the people. You answer to us. And when are you going to start listening to us? That's what I want to know.
And the more we gut the EPA, the more destroyed we're going to be and the more rapidly we are going to be going down a hole we don't want to go down. We're already in it. We know that the disasters are happening globally. We see the flooding, we see the fires. It's happening now. No one at this point is doing anything to stop that, and we're actively trying to gut everything, all the protections that were in place, trying to stop the climate disaster that we're in. So why are we allowing Elon Musk to plan a trip to Mars, a planet that is uninhabitable, while we are allowing the destruction of our paradise planet?
I think the new slogan should be, "Make America Humanity Again."
All of our data is being sucked into a huge data warehouse. And that data warehouse will now enable them to dox us, to do anything they want to us. It is exactly what they did in Nazi Germany. They put an ability to track everybody and everything they did, and Elon Musk is doing it without anyone stopping him. What is all this HIPAA stuff and everything we've been worried about when none of our data is actually being out there and allowed to be used by 19 and 20-year-olds? God bless them, they're smart, but they have no common sense. And so I agree, it's time. We are in a constitutional crisis. We have passed this. The guys up there are not representing us, and they need to really get on their cases, and I think Washington is the key.
It's been studied in other authoritarian countries, which is what we are right now. 3.5% of the population needs to get out on the street and maintain mass, non-violent, steady protests, non-stop, and that's the way we stop an authoritarian government. Like, I have a lot of concern for the people that were shipped to El Salvador. What are you doing to find out who these people are and why they were not given due process? If they were all gang members, it would have been easy to go into court and prove it.
Right.
How dare you? How dare you? Because that could happen to any one of us.
They're human beings.
Any one of us. And I would like to say about America, I'm a first-generation American. I've always been very proud of that and grateful for many reasons. But the dream of coming to America, of living a life in America, the promise of America is not about our beautiful mountains and our abundance of everything necessary. It's about the rule of law.
I just have an update on Dave McCormick. He was seen at Philadelphia last night sitting next to President Trump and Elon Musk, the other president. So you show where his priorities were. He was at a pro wrestling thing in Philadelphia last night, sitting next to Trump and Musk. You know where his priorities are? Not with the people. That's right. Get rid of them.
Thank everybody for coming out today, and thank DVA for all the work that they went in.